Good afternoon. This is the English spokesman of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. And this is the press center of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. And here is the weekly update on the situation in the operations area of the joint forces engaged in defeating the Russian armed aggression in the east of Ukraine. The situation on the front line in the period from July 2nd until July 9th was troubling. Russian occupation forces continued to shell the positions of the joint forces defending Ukraine. They were using mortars, grenade launchers of various calibers, and other infantry weapons in violation of the Minsk agreements, as well as the so-called Brad Truce, which provides for a complete ceasefire along the entire contact line over the harvesting period. Starting from midnight on Monday, July 2nd, until the morning of July 9th, the occupational forces shelled the positions of Ukrainian forces over 150 times. Particularly, our defensive positions in Talakivka were under fire of 180mm mortar. 7 Ukrainian soldiers were wounded in action as the result of the combat operations and shelling of Ukrainian positions. I would like to emphasize that joint forces retain full control over the situation in the operations area. On July 4th, the people living in Sloviansk and Kramatorsk celebrated the anniversary of liberation from the rule of Russian occupation forces and illegal terrorist groups supported by Russia. The President of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko, congratulated the residents and noted that our brave soldiers brought the peace to Sloviansk and Kramatorsk 4 years ago. Today, the civilian population may finally call themselves free citizens of Ukraine and masters of their own land. On July 6th, the Joint Forces Commander, Lieutenant General Sergei Naev, acting by the order of the Ministry of Defense and the General Staff, decorated the Ukrainian defenders that restored full control over the settlement of Zolote 4, that is in Luhansk region, in the end of June. The personnel of the Deep Reconnaissance Company received the special decorations of the MOD and General Staff for the bravery, courage and determination demonstrated in the course of operations. A total of 18 soldiers were decorated on this day. Our congratulations to the brave Ukrainian soldiers. Now to some of the other important events that took place over the past week. Of course, one of the most important events was the signing of the law of Ukraine on the national security of Ukraine by the President. Petro Poroshenko particularly emphasizes the positions of Ukraine's integration into the European structures to be clearly reflected in the new law on the national security of Ukraine. I'd like to quote, "This is our return to the European family of nations, to the European political, economic, security and legal space, up to becoming a member of the European Union and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. We confirm that our nation and the people of Ukraine have clearly decided on their future, the future in the family of free nations." On July 6th, the President of Ukraine convened an AN-26 aircraft to the Air Forces of Ukraine. The President officially presented the aircraft certificate to the crew commander, Major Bogdan Andrushko. The wings of the aircrafts of the Ukrainian Air Force protect our land and the lives of warriors, said the President, Petro Poroshenko. The head of state also noted that over the past 4 years, Ukraine creating a new, well-equipped, motivated and trained army capable of defending our state. According to him, all the units of the armed forces of Ukraine are equipped with the necessary armament due to the efforts of the defense industry. The issue of ammunition is being resolved. The program of construction and dormitories for Ukrainian contractors is being implemented in full, added the President. On July 6th, the Minister of Defense of Ukraine, General of Army of Ukraine, Stepan Poltrek, hosted a regular meeting with the members of the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine. This time, the special attention was paid to the issue of social protection of servicemen and their families, improving financial and medical support, procurement of modern weapons and military equipment for the armed forces of Ukraine, democratic civilian control, and many other important issues. In addition, as part of the constructive dialogue, the members of the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine have assured the leadership of the Ministry of Defense on their readiness to support the further development of the armed forces of Ukraine through their legislative initiatives. The National University Odessa Maritime Academy was hosting a regular leadership course for the high-ranking NCOs that was led by the instructors from the United States and the United Kingdom. This event took place in the frames of the US-Ukraine military exercise called Seabreeze 2018. This course is designed to increase the level of training for NCOs in accordance with the standards of the leading countries, to learn the military procedures of NATO member countries, and to establish the interaction between the armed forces of Ukraine and the North Atlantic Alliance. Now, that's all the information that I have right now. Thank you for your attention.